Now, the charity HelpAge is calling on the UN, national governments and development agencies for better financial support for older people affected by drought in the Horn of Africa. They said urgent action is needed to stop famine taking hold in South Sudan, Ethiopia and Kenya.
As you can see, I'm old. I don't go far from home apart from attending to my small garden where I cultivate okra. Last year was also hard for us. We survived on burning and selling after a failed harvest. After my daughter-in-law ran away when my son died, I was left with these young children. I am on my own with them without anyone to help. I don't have food to feed my family. We go hungry very often. We depend on eating wild plants for survival.
The situation is dire. We had loads of goats and sheep, and this is what we have left. We had camels, and now they're all dying. We have no cows left because of the drought. For 2 years, we had not had rain, and everywhere is bare. There is no pasture for our animals. They are very weak, and they are dying one by one in front of our eyes.
Now, all my savings are gone. I collect tree leaves for the one calf that's left. When she comes home, I collect these leaves to feed her, as there is nothing, no grass for her to eat. We don't have enough food to eat. We just eat anything we can get. And sometimes we don't even eat. We had a cup of tea yesterday and have eaten nothing since.
Well, last week the World Food Programme, who'd been sounding the warnings for months, finally announced that it was cutting its funding to South Sudan. Now consider this, that's 1.7 million people being affected. Let's discuss this further. I'm joined now by Carole Osero-Ageng'o, who is the Africa Regional Director for HelpAge. Thank you for joining us this evening on Focus on Africa. Just how bad is it?
It is really bad, and I don't think that the extent of the drought in the Horn of Africa is fully appreciated. We have, from the clips you've seen, the women speaking and even the old man speaking that they've had nothing to eat. The animals are dying, the land is completely parched, and there's no crops growing there. So we are staring at hundreds and thousands of people losing their lives because they've got no means of livelihood. And these are pastoralists. Their animals are dying and they've got no food to eat. So we're going to lose a lot of people from starvation unless something drastic happens.
Carole, you've been very specific about this, or rather this particular segment in the programme is, because we're talking about the elderly. Where are the young?
Yes.
Where are the young to help the elderly?
The young have gone out to look for a living because their main source of livelihood, which is pastoralism, has been affected. So rather than wait and have the whole family die, a lot of the young people are now going into the urban areas, into the towns to look for work and to send home. And they're leaving their little children with the older people. And so that's where they are.
Now, you said that you don't think the drought and the threat of the famine is being fully appreciated. Why not, and what needs to be done?
One, I think that it is considered a drought like what has happened, when the rains fail, I think that's the extent to which it's being considered. This is not rains failing, short rains failing. This is a major failure of rains, and we have a drought with us. It's not being given media attention. I don't think that it's being given as much media attention as some of the political and other issues that are drowning the extent of the problem in the Horn of Africa.
Well,
and lastly,
Carole, I just want to quickly jump in. I mean, I know here on Focus on Africa, we have covered the Horn of Africa, the threat of drought over the last few weeks, and also, ultimately, the risk that the war in Ukraine is doing to amplify the negative impact of the drought on the continent, isn't that more of an issue?
Yes, the impact of the Ukraine conflict cannot be underplayed, and the impact on the Horn of Africa. That is an issue, yes, but the drought did not just happen on us. This is something that has been building over a long period of time. The fact that we have a drought of this magnitude, and it's not the first time. In 1985, we had a similar drought. What have we learned? What have our governments learned to mitigate this? Have we put in place programs that would help build resilience amongst the pastoralist communities, help them be more drought resilient? Have we put in measures to build water ponds? Have we put in measures to ensure their animals, or even find ways of preserving the meat from the animals before the drought kills the animals? And in that way, then the communities would have some food over some period of time. Have we had put in measures to bring in food from the other parts of the countries affected that are more agriculturally productive? I don't think that has happened. And so we're staring at a drought that has built up over the years, and we are now looking shocked and behaving like this just happened on us.
Okay, Carole Osero-Ageng'o, thank you very much indeed for talking us through the plight of the elderly, particularly on the Horn of Africa. Thank you.
Thank you.